You remember sometimes back I went to Kameme TV and I said that Matiangi was a project.
Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm. And I now want to repeat the same situation and the same message. And you had His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, time is closing on the united opposition ahead of the 2027 general election. And yet, the division within the united opposition is widening as days go by. As we speak for the past 1 week, principals from the united opposition have launched scathing attacks against the former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiangi, labeling him a project of the state, mostly after the last week on Friday Jubilee NDC, where the former President Uhuru Kenyatta proved beyond reasonable doubt that he has not forgiven the former DP Rigathi Gachagua after reminding him and the public that Gachagua, while he served as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, led an attack on his property that saw the burning of Uhuru's Northland property and stealing of Uhuru's goat at the Northland's property in the 2023 demonstrations led then by ODM party leader Raila Odinga. Now, after Matiangi attended the Jubilee NDC last week, it is rumored that the next day on Saturday he left the country for the United States, where he has been for a few days until yesterday when he returned to the country and as of today joined the Jubilee delegates in Nakuru to start the grassroots mobilization of the Jubilee Party membership registration, which Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta announced at the NDC and promised to start the Jubilee campaign all over the country, led by him in days to come. Matiangi, who has been advised by most of the united opposition principals to exit Jubilee and the shade of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and to start his own political party, he has turned a deaf ear to the calls, and it is said that he will continue his campaign under the Jubilee Party. Addressing the media today in Nakuru, Matiangi said that he has not left the united opposition and said that he is ready to drive, that he is ready to move and to shade off the tag as a state project. But contrary to Matiangi's sentiments, the intel that we are receiving proves otherwise, as he is currently mobilizing different parties in the country to back his presidential bid in the year 2027. According to the intel we have, Matiangi is currently working to form his own political coalition that will rally behind him in the year 2027. This coalition will be a coalition that will be competing against the united opposition and William Ruto's coalition. Now, this coalition that Matiangi is forming will fall under the Kenya Moja coalition, which is already in existence and it has been formed by Matiangi's allies and Mount Kenya mobilizer, the Githunguri MP Gathoni wa Mushomba, alongside ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, who declared that if Matiangi is the reason why William Ruto will go home, then he, Sifuna, will support Matiangi. And also in the said coalition is none other than the Embakasi East Member of Parliament, Honorable Babu Owino. As of right now, Matiangi has secured support from at least 8 political parties in the country. These parties includes Jubilee, led by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, KANU, which is the oldest party in the country, led by Gideon Moi, UPA, led by Amos Nyaribo, the Nyamira senator, PNU, led by the former Cabinet Secretary of Agriculture and former Meru Governor, Peter Monya, Mbas, led by the former Meru Governor Kiraito Morongi, KSC, KNC, and PDP. They have all agreed to support Matiangi's for presidential candidate in the 2027 general election. Now, recently, you have realized that the KANU party leader Gideon Moi has returned on the political scene, vying for the Baringo senatorial seat in the upcoming by-election. We have reports that Gideon Moi held a meeting with Ruto and Raila Odinga 2 weeks ago at State House. The meeting gave birth to the return of Gideon Moi in the politics of Kenya and to re-energize the KANU party. But the question is, why? Now, allow me to elaborate to you that Gideon Moi's card is one that cannot be assumed. Gideon Moi is said to join Matiangi's team for the 2027 general election, where he is said to be that he will become the running mate of Matiangi under their Kenya Moja coalition. As we know, Ruto, as the president of the Republic of Kenya, has fallen short from the support of even his own people. I mean, half of the Rift Valley region right now are seeking an alternative for the 2027 general elections, and they don't want Ruto to be re-elected again. And the trap is for them to vote for the Matiangi Gideon ticket. The Kenya Moja coalition will be supported by Uhuru Kenyatta, who will be lobbying for Matiangi in the Mount Kenya region, and this will make it impossible for the Mount Kenya to vote as a bloc for the United Opposition preferred presidential candidate, giving Ruto a chance to being re-elected as the president of the Republic of Kenya again in the year 2027. And let me tell you, I have always said Ruto is a political genius. The man moves once for the books. He learns from the best. The teacher of politics in the Republic of Kenya, that was Mzee Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. And now Ruto knows if the mountain votes as a bloc, and if the western region votes as a bloc, he has no chance. And more so, there is a chance that his people from the Rift Valley region might also, a number about 30 to 40% might vote against him come the year 2027. So William Ruto, to cool these tempers and to ensure that he continues to cling to power before 2027, has brought Gideon Moi into the picture. And Gideon Moi will popularize his bid, even if he wins or loses the senatorial position. Gideon Moi will have re-energized the KANU party. And the KANU party joining the Matiangi newly formed coalition will have a negotiation part. And knowing that Gideon Moi, Matiangi, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and William Ruto are allies in businesses, Gideon Moi will end up being given the position as the deputy party leader, as the running mate of Matiangi. And now, let me tell you, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta might lose, he might lose most of the Mount Kenya region people for campaigning against Rigathi Gachagua. But one thing is for sure, the Mount Kenya region has two sides, the Mount Kenya West and the Mount Kenya East. The Mount Kenya West, as I have told you, there are two giants that are in that part that are currently under Matiangi. And that is the PNU party leader, the former governor of Meru County, Peter Munya, and also the former governor of Meru County also, Kiraito Murongi, under the Bas party. These people are great mobilizers. More so, Munya is a political force that the Mount Kenya East respects so much. If he is able to mobilize for Matiangi in Tharaka Nithi County, Embu County, Isiolo County, and more so, the third largest Mount Kenya voting bloc, the Meru County, Matiangi might have a chance of dividing the votes for the United Opposition to a point that the United Opposition will lose it. And once they lose it, William Ruto will walk between the two coalitions, the United Opposition coalition and the Matiangi's coalition, to the presidency in the year 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to hear your comments in regards to this. Achia maoni kwenye comment section. See you in our next video. Don't you forget to subscribe. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.